Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So behind me, I got a 2006 Toyota Avalon. This one has a 3.5 liter V6, and it came into the shop making a knocking noise. We already diagnosed it. The idler pulley for the belt is failed. The bearing has pretty much shrapnelized, and we're going to be replacing that today. Now, before we go ahead and begin, guys, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Definitely smash that like button because it helps the channel out. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started on today's video. So we are going to be working on the passenger side of the engine bay, primarily this general area here, guys. Now, one thing that I do want to mention, I'll get you guys zoomed in, is that this is a very tight work area. The pulley that we are after is going to be right here. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, and there's no real good way for me to get the camera in there. So what I'm probably going to try to do is get the camera set up in a way where you guys can generally see what I'm doing about in this angle or something close to this, and hopefully that'll be able to cover almost everything you guys need if you guys have the same issue. So let me go ahead and get that set up, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so one thing that I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to start the car, and hopefully the camera will catch it. I know you guys will be able to hear it, but hopefully you can actually see that pulley swing. Now that we've heard the noise, and hopefully you guys were able to see it, but it doesn't really pick up that well because this coolant tube is in the way. What I'm going to do is take a 14 millimeter, and right here is our tensioner assembly. It's a 14 millimeter. The bolt on this is aluminum, so you want to be careful, guys. These can sometimes become problematic. On this one in particular, just getting this on here is actually a little bit of a struggle, so I'm going to have to put my hand down in here and try to get it. Sometimes they fight you, but as you guys can see, we're able to get our tensioner moved back, and I'm pushing it all the way out. And what I'm gonna do here, if I can sneak in, is go ahead and just remove my belt off one of the pulleys, which I was able to do so, and then control the tension going back, because you guys will notice that it is actually coming down farther than where we put it, and this thing still has some tension in it. Now it's sitting pretty good here. I'm just gonna leave it where it is because it does have a little bit of tension, and I do have a lot of area where I could get into my pulley. Now the pulley is still almost impossible for you guys to see because it literally lands right here on top. Doesn't really do it any justice, to be honest with you. I'm contemplating even showing this because there's not a whole lot that you guys are witnessing happening right now. It's almost just you know, me talking while I'm working in a way, but hopefully this will guide someone. Now the next thing that we're gonna need here is a 14 millimeter and a ratchet, and what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put this on my pulley. And again, guys, it's horrible video to film. You're not going to be able to see much of anything, but at least you guys will kind of see the process here. Now, that pulley is broken free. What I'm going to do is go in here and start unscrewing it by hand. And this is just below that coolant pipe, guys. It's not too far deep in here. You have just enough room to get your hands in there. Otherwise, you know, you're not going to be able to do much else with it. So now that we've gone ahead and we loosen the bolt all the way, I gotta make sure I don't drop this and pull it all out with the bolt and everything. I have to get my other hand in here. So just like that, we have our pulley off, and this is gonna be the tell-all right here, guys. You guys can see and hear that. Let me go ahead and remove my bolt and my spacer, and yep, this thing, I mean, it is pretty much done for. Look at that center plate. That is pretty much a noise right there. So we're going to go ahead and get that replaced. I'm going to go ahead and grab my new pulley. So next thing, guys, is we grabbed our new pulley right here. You guys can tell, and you guys will see the old one here that's all broken up. What I like to do is I will compare them, make sure that they are the same diameter, make sure that they are the same width, which these are. Now the only difference is if you guys look at the center bolt opening here, this one was actually pretty close to where the bolt was, so it holds on pretty tight onto the shank of the bolt that holds it into place, whereas this one has a pretty big groove opening. And what they do to alleviate this, because I'm assuming this works more than on one application, if I'm not mistaken, you can use this pulley on the tensioner and the idler. It's the same pulley. So what they do is they include this little collar that you just put in here, and if you guys will see, it just spaces it out correctly. It's pretty sturdy and gives it the correct profile. Now, one thing that I also am going to do is that this came with this washer originally, the one that I took off, so we're going to go ahead and reuse that. I already checked it doesn't interfere with anything, and we're going to go ahead and put our bolt in the middle, and that's our setup. And the difficult thing right now that we have to do is get this to go into place without dropping it. This is probably the hardest part of this job, if that, aside from not being able to see most of it, but you know, it's just the don't lose the bolts or don't drop them aspect of it. Now this one going on, I'll tell you, this is a little bit more difficult, so I'm gonna have to switch hands here. And you know, going on, these can be a little bit more of a pain, to say the least. So I believe I got it set up there. Now I gotta get both hands in here, guys. Now I'm blocking the camera, and I'm pretty sure when I edit this video, you know, it's not going to be the greatest video because it doesn't really show much of anything, but you know, figure might be suitable and helpful, I guess. So I went ahead and I got my thread started on it, and this is a little difficult, but you guys can kind of see the area that I'm in. I'm just below this pipe right here. On these, what I always do is hand thread them. Never just take your ratchet and go to town on them. And one other thing too is make sure that you wiggle them as you tighten them, just to make sure that you are centered. Now this is going to take a little bit, and I don't want to spend 5 minutes of you guys seeing my arm, so I'll be right back with you guys. So I went ahead and I got my bolt put all the way in, and what we're going to do next is take our ratchet, and all we're going to do is just snug up our pulley. Now these don't require a lot, guys. That right there is pretty much sufficient. And we're going to take our ratchet off, and the next step, we're going to go ahead and reinstall the belt. Now it's time to reinstall the belt. One thing that I failed to mention, after you tighten your pulley, you want to come in here and you want to spin it. Make sure it's spinning correctly, it's not moving, and that there's no grittiness or anything in there. I always want to be mindful of that. And what we're going to do is grab our wrench. Now we still have this on our tensioner. We're going to go ahead and pull it up and reattach our belt. So we're going to begin is go ahead and pull up on our tensioner. Now the part of this that is the worst is just keeping tension on it while you're trying to get all your pulleys into place. Now I only pulled this off of one pulley, but it did come out of my lower pulley as well. You gotta line it up, push it into place, make sure that it is all lined up. This one came out of my AC here, so I need to just quickly fix that. And just like that, once it's all in the correct grooves, you can go ahead and release your belt tension, and your pulley is pretty much all said and done. What I'm going to do in the next clip is go ahead and start the car up and show you guys what it sounds like now. Alright guys, so now that our pulley is installed, I'm going to go ahead and start up the car and let you guys hear the difference. So now that we heard our engine, everything is nice and smooth, our belt is in the correct grooves and everything, we are all said and done with this job, guys. That's how you install a idler pulley on a Toyota Avalon. Alright guys, so that's how easy it is to replace the idler pulley on this Toyota Avalon. Now this 3.5 liter V6 engine is featured on a lot of Toyotas. It can be in a Highlander, in a Sienna. I don't know if they use it in the Camrys, but if you have a V6 Camry, it may be the same one as well. But on those platforms, you get a little bit more room if it's a truck or SUV platform or a minivan, because there's not that much of a tightness in the engine bay. In this particular one, it can be pretty tight. As you guys saw in the video, I was barely able to get you in there. You guys pretty much just saw a process of it. You couldn't see me physically removing it and putting it on because of the constraints of the engine bay. But if you have something on the other platforms, you get a little bit more room. It's just this one's pretty tight. But with that said, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe because it definitely helps the channel grow. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.